Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kirby and this is a very wet day in the life of a mobile mechanic. Right, I got fed up with all the water still dripping down the car, so got the canopy up. I was trying to stop it dripping down onto the mat here, but it wasn't working very well. So just got the under tray off. Gonna drain the oil out of this, and then we've also got front brakes to do. But one thing I've realised is, so you've got these little type of tools to get these sump plugs off, and I can't find mine. Not the right size anyway, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Alright, we'll just start with the oil filter, and these can be a right mess. We'll just give it a bit of height with the empty Milwaukee box. Oops. That's fine. New filter just pops in up there. Got the new seal on. Right, so I've just taken this oil filter out, and you can see that looks like a very old filter to me. Now apparently the customer's just bought this car and it's got a full service history. And they say it has had a service recently, they just couldn't find records of it. The reason why they couldn't find records of it, I think, is because it hasn't been done. That's all pulling in on itself like old dirty oil. So yeah, it's a good job my customer's on the ball. Oh yes please, I'll have a tea. Milk no sugar for me.
Milk no sugar.
Lovely, okay. Cheers Steve.
Well, this is handy.
Yeah.
God blimey.
Yeah, I wouldn't stand to the side because sometimes rain collects at the top and just falls over.
Yeah, you get a shower.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There we go. Now this is what I mean by improvised. It's just tapped a torque socket in there. It's not very tight, he says. But I'll be able to get that out. There we go. Just pulled it apart. It's not damaged inside there really. It's just the right size. This is a Torx 50. So yeah, and that'll be able to torque it back up again. Got a new sump washer anyway, plug and washer. So wait for that to finish draining out. Right, we're just going to move on to the brakes now. Same thing as any other brakes really. It's got these little spring clips that you've just got to be aware of when putting the new ones on. But yeah, as usual, going to take off the carrier, take off the disc, clean it all up, grease up the sliders. That's hanging up there, so that's all good. Yeah. Right, so every disc has a minimum thickness. So we use one of these. Just grab either side of the disc, press hold. So you're not going to be able to pick this up on camera, but it's 24.54 mil. So I log on to Haynes Pro, put the reg in, and you won't be able to pick it up on camera. I'll take a screenshot here. But the minimum thickness is 24 mil, so that's past its life. It's very, very close to the minimum, so we'll get them changed out anyway. Take these spring clips. Now annoyingly, the padded box didn't come with new ones. Some do, some don't. But all we're going to do is clean up underneath, because there is a build-up of crap all on there. Yeah, you don't have to go mad with the file. It's just to take the top layer of sort of rust and corrosion off. That way when you put these I can't think of the name of them now. These clips back on anyway, they will just sit a bit lower, and then that will allow your pads to move freely. Keep that brush up. See, I don't know if you can see. Right, we'll take the slide pins out. A bit of Ceratec. Right, just to prove this works. Yeah, you've just got to be careful because this is quite soft metal. So, yeah. Probably wouldn't show you if I thought it was that bad, but not ideal. Anyway, just going to box it all back up, reset the light, and then we'll move on to the next job. Right, we finished. We finished on that Qashqai now, but got a bit of a slow puncher. Wah, wah, wah. Let's get that up. Right guys, we are now back at this BMW X5. I came to this last week or the week before. Now he said it would cut out whenever you put it into drive or reverse. Starts up fine. First time. It's got 4x4 faults. But I put it into drive and it's still running. So if I just put that back into park, but if I press the accelerator and bring it to 15,000 RPM, okay, it's not doing it this time, but yeah, I'd bring it to about 1500 RPM, and it would cut out. And there was a fault for injector number 6, and it was a bit smoky out the rear exhaust. There's not a front exhaust, is there? But I spoke to a mate and I showed him a load of pictures of the fault codes, and there was a lot of steering angle faults. He said, oh, these can be quite troublesome if the steering angle sensor isn't calibrated, so try and reset that. Try and reset the CAS unit before you go replacing the injector. So I'm going to try that first, just to try it. But if not, we'll be doing that injector. Right, as usual, my camera won't pick up another screen too well, but in the CAS unit, you've got a current fault for CAS implausible signal from engine management. Obviously we've got the cylinder 6 injector activation. It is history. And in the transfer case, we've got all-wheel drive limp home control activated, again history. Steering wheel angle, again history. And then in the anti-lock braking system, we've got a steering angle fault and it's current. Right, so I've carried out a reset of the CAS unit, and I've done the steering angle sensor relearn. We've got no warnings there, no warnings there. Yeah, so I mean, at the minute, before I'd get to 1500 and it would just cut straight out. I don't know if you can see, but there is quite a bit of smoke coming out the back still. I swear, every time I say it, it doesn't happen. Or film it, it doesn't happen. Right, I'm a bit unsure what to do with this car, to be honest, because, oh look, it's gone. But I don't know if you can see that it says fuel pressure control, fuel pre-supply pressure control. It's a current fault, and it did just come up here with a fuel pump. It's saying fuel pump fault, drive moderately, car may stall. Right, it's finally doing the fault it originally had. So rev it up. Dies. Go to crank it. Doesn't start. Turn the key off. Start straight up. Alright, so we are getting injector cylinder 6 activation current. I think I'm going to go for the injector. I don't know if you can hear that or see it, but it's absolutely chucking it down again. It did stop, but yeah, it's picked up again. Right, this is where I'm at. This thing doesn't stop. Right, where was I? Well, I've got to this point here. Inlet manifolds off to the side. Someone's definitely been here before, and there was all tissue around the bolts that go down here onto these. So I've just got to get, well, on the other side up there, these leak off pipes off. Look how crusty that one is. That's cylinder 5. Yeah, and then hopefully, with any luck, the injector comes straight out. Am I going to be lucky? Don't feel very lucky today. We'll see. Great success. Yeah, I saw the top of this injector, and I thought, oh, that's going to be seized in. So I took the rest of the inlet manifold off, just to give me a bit more space and a bit of a wiggle. Come up, not too bad. So we're going to get that swapped over, put it all back together, to see if we've cured it. I had a mate tell me that these high pressure fuel pumps are common for breaking up, and yeah, sort of swarf gets through the whole system and causes issues, but I don't think one, it's got that far, or that's the issue. But yeah, just so pleased that's come out. New injector is in. Just cleaned up all these mating surfaces a little bit, because someone's put some sealant around there before. Yeah, so we just got to get this inlet manifold back on, code the injector back in, and see if we've solved it. Right, with a lot of messing around, the inlet manifold is back in place. But if you have a look on these, you won't be able to see it. I should have showed you, but you might be able to see it down there. You see that orange bit? Just down there? That's like a little insert that attaches to this top bit. But they just kept on falling off. So you'd get it all lined up, and then one of those would fall out. You'd have to go searching for it, and then yeah, put it all back on again. But anyway, so little tip: if you're in little spaces like this and you can't get your fingers down to the where the nut goes on. Put the nut on something like this, put that on, and then just drop that down, and then you should just be able to start it with your fingers, then take that off, and that's on there then. So this is probably more where it's useful. You're able to see this very well, but we are about to input the numbers saved on this new injector. So we're going to put that in. So it's asking if I want to enter new values for the other cylinders, which is no. Save calibration. So it's saying that's not alright, the number I've entered. Okay, we've got another 7-digit number up here, so that's probably what it is. I should have checked the number on the old injector. I should have got out the car, but I'm lazy. So let's add this new number in. Right, the number just wasn't going in, so it said if one doesn't go in, use this number, and I've used that and it's worked. So I'm just priming the fuel pump because we've had the fuel system open. Right, let's go give it a start. Right, there's something a bit fishy about this. So these are the stored codes. So that first one, CTAYESG, that should match up with what's on the top of this one. And you won't be able to see it, but if I read it out, it's CS2AHEG, cylinder 1. Look where that is. It's in cylinder 2. And the globe, the injector I took out is that number 5, BASR. So like I said, someone's been in here before, and I'm wondering if they've got them all mixed up. I'm going to try and input them the way they are stored on here. Right, as you can tell, we've got a nice running engine. Took ages to get the air out of the system. Seems good. Proof will be when we come to put it in reverse. Now we've put it in drive. Seems to be good. Now, am I brave enough to go and drive this? Well, yes, I should be. So let's try that. Right, that's me done. Great success. My first initial thoughts and diagnosis was right, which sometimes I can second guess myself. Sometimes I do that, I diagnose a car, go back and double check my work, and then sort of second guess, oh, have I got it right? Especially when it's quite an expensive repair, you know. Off the top of my head I can't remember how much the injectors are, but that and labour, plus the diagnosis fee, you know, it starts mounting up. So obviously I don't want to rip people off and charge them money for not fixing their cars. But yeah, it's running great, not cutting out at all. I drove it around this little estate they're on, didn't cut out, so didn't leave me stranded anywhere. But yeah, anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed those two jobs. Been a wet day, it was chucking it down, and I nearly just thought I can't be bothered and come back another day, but glad I persisted. But yeah, hope you've all enjoyed. If you've liked it, comment, like and subscribe. 5,000 subscribers by June, now February the 13th at the time of filming this, and we are on 2,487 subscribers at the minute, so we're not far off. If you've enjoyed it, want to see more, press that button down below, and we'll see you on the next one.